5,000 naira daily, which is possible for those people in the informal sector. Would you be would you receive the tax exemption? And when we look at the calculations and everything, even after the deduction for rent and some other things, the person will still be taxed. So my question to these APC guys that are always shouting, this tax is not for the poor, it's for the rich, it's not for the poor. How is it not for the poor? Because 5,000 naira daily is very achievable. I can do the calculation. Do 5,000 naira times 365, you have close to 1.8 million. Do a rent deduction, that is 50% of the person's rent. Most of these people that don't have pension, let's say they even do pension, health premium, whatever and whatever, it is still not, it is still good to put them on that tax something. So how is this being for the poor? These are the two things that I just wanted to share. I use my mic for now a bit.
Energy, I can go now, right? When this tax issue started, every Nigerian saw a senator, as in senator of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, going on a television station. In fact, on Politics Today, where Shehu was the interviewer, and the guy said the tax bill is dead on arrival. And Shehu asked him one question: "Have you read the bill?" He said, "No." Everyone listening to me, this is what I want you to have at the back of your mind with many of these people that are coming here to disparage a bill that they don't know anything and they don't even know the difference from whatever they said was gazetted and whatever was harmonized. And imagine what to cook because he is a cook. I wanted to ask him before he even left that is Obi and not alive because I know him that he's a cooker. In House of Rep member, only one stood up and said what he said. The House committee have not come out to say, oh, they've agreed with him because after investigation, they realized that there were alterations in what was gazetted and what was harmonized. But you come on space and be telling us you spoke to one House of Chemical member or you had a phone call with somebody just because you want those of us that are on this page that we cannot read and write and we don't have sense, we cannot think to just buy your rice and your burnt jollof rice. See, whether anybody likes it, when this guy, what was the Jesha guy, was speaking, because I heard he's in Canada. I heard he's in Canada. I wanted to ask him some questions concerning tax because I also heard that he's an accountant or whether he read accounting. Whether anything that is done with this tax bill is anything that is of that is that is out of norm in every part of the world. What the government are trying to do is just simple. Yes, many Nigerians are not used to filing their taxes because many think they are not earning income, even though they work with Yabasira in an Amala shop. They think that you are not employed, whereas you are either employed by corporate organization or self-employed because you are selling goods or you own a barbing salon. They do not have data for all of these things. And the government is looking at way to put everything on the system and so that everybody can benefit in the long run. I'll give you an example with this tax bill. With this tax bill, when you file your tax, you've given the government an opportunity to tell them that I exist, I am earning low. The government can now start making plans for you as somebody who is earning low. Because By the time they realize these are the things that you need,
Am I the only one that?
I, I can
Hello,
can you hear me now? I
can
can hear
you
you
hear
well.
me?
Energy, can you hear
It's
him? We can hear
Abiodun
you.
speaking.
Yes, Abbas, can you hear me?
Please. Yeah, I can hear you, Abiodun.
Okay,
Yeah.
Yeah.
okay, I can hear you now.
Okay. So what the government is trying see, what the government is trying to put in place, it's a, a data at least for every person that you think, oh, they are not taking care of you now. Everything are not. I'm not talking. I'm not speaking to the cooking that they came to talk about. Gazette, the thing that was Gazette. That is not what I mean by this statement that I want to make. When I want to say things cannot be, everything will not be perfect, and no country in the world. That was how I want to ask that guy that was speaking the guy. Does he know how many times
So,
the Canadian
so let's
government that
I don't know.
your line is breaking, energy, your line is breaking. Energy, your line is breaking, your line is
So,
breaking.
is it
No,
better now?
yeah, it's better now.
Yeah, it's better. It's better.
Yeah. So because it's very good to be honest,
Yeah.
there is a difference between the gazetted and the harmonized bill.
Nobody has
I
confirmed
just
that.
posted. Hold on, hold,
Officially.
hold, hold on. I just posted the interview by Taiwo Yodele today. He did not deny it.
He didn't
He
confirm
said
it.
they need to look.
No. He didn't confirm it.
So, okay, great. He did not
He
deny
didn't
or
confirm
confirm it.
exactly. If you want to
So
see, if you
basically,
energy,
hold
oh
on
yeah,
now, hold on. So if somebody is the person that the president gave the task to, right, to actually discuss this, I reckon that he must have known that bill end to end. And somebody says, "Oh, these are things that change," could have said, "Oh, for a fact, that is not true." But when it's like, "Oh, we can go back to the whatever," you need to know.
energy, your line is
What
breaking.
else? What's the difference? So what kind of network is
Energy,
right now? Is it better?
energy,
Is it
energy,
better
hold on.
now? Is it
I get
better
what
We
I get
can
now?
what
hear
you're
you
saying.
now. We can hear you now.
Energy, I get what you're saying. I get what
Uh-huh.
you're saying. Let me speak to you.
You got right.
Yes,
So
let me speak
it's
to
very
you.
because this is not about Tinubu or about whatever. We cannot have a bill that was not passed by the both house being assented to and gazetted. Taiwo
Can I
Yedele
now
and
speak?
his
Can I speak?
company
Yeah,
cannot sit
I
and
no,
just
I
make
read what you
a
said. Can
law
I
for
speak
the
to it
rest of the
now?
country.
Can I speak to it? So I don't hold.
Yeah,
Let me
you
speak.
can speak.
Yes. See, I cannot be as calm as Taiwo Yedele is, but I love his calmness. You know why? When that interview was conducted this morning, you know what he said? He said he had to put a call to the chairman of the committee on this reform, that the tax committee in the house, the one he had to put a call. And guess what the chairman said? Now, we've not even sat on these things, that they don't know where all of this noise are coming from. I have the video on my timeline if you want to go through. I have to put the whole video.
Energy. Can we
Ima,
engage?
wait,
Can we engage?
Wait,
No, you
Ima,
might
wait,
allow him
Ima, wait,
now. You
Ima,
might
wait,
allow
Because
him
you
to
said that we
let
are
let them
Ima,
finish.
engaging.
Ima,
He
wait,
might,
It's
Ima,
only proper
wait.
that we engage you.
No, I didn't engage
no, no,
you.
no. He might allow him to
No, I
finish.
didn't engage you.
Then we can.
I allowed you to. I didn't
You are
engage
sure of
you.
what you are saying. You shouldn't
I'm
be scared
taking
of
note too.
engagement.
I'm taking note. I'm not
You
taking
shouldn't be scared of
points.
engagement. If you are sure of what you are
I'm not
saying now,
scared of
you shouldn't be
engagement
sure.
now.
You
Look
shouldn't be
me,
scared of engagement.
Ima, scared of engaging. I'm not. I'm just telling you, let me speak my mind. Let me speak my home. And you can now start and
He
talk.
may, energy. I beg, can you time us? This is late night, oh,
Oga
so
Abbas
that
is late now. Oga
Yeah,
Abbas,
yeah. Let's
let me.
Abiodun, you can wrap up in 2 minutes
Yeah,
so
thank
people
you.
can engage you on this.
So he said, let this thing be investigated. And he tried to explain the process by which this harmonization everything will go through before getting to the president for assent. And when they try to push it to him that on the day of assent, did anybody see any difference or not? It even alluded to that you cannot expect us to go, you cannot expect me on this day of assent to go through 400 pages. It's over time. If anybody wants to watch that video, go and watch. But what he did do was he did not confirm that there was discrepancy or he deny it. That is why I said I respect his calmness. But for me, that is by the way. See, I won't dance to that. Opposition can always want to do whatever they want. I didn't want to go political. Let's just try to treat it like a sensible person. This tax reform, I am happy. And the government gave Nigerians 6 months to prepare themselves for it. And implementation is going to start.
So, Abiodun, let me ask you.
Okay.
After the bill was harmonized at the conference committee,
You were breaking, but I think I might be able to get you, but you're breaking.
I said after the bill
was harmonized.
From the committee to the house.
Yes.
What they were sent back to the house.
I couldn't pick what you're saying after you said after it was harmonized. I couldn't
pick. It was sent back to both Senate and the House of Assembly Representative who have had joint conference committees harmonize the bill. Because one was there, right? They should have sent it back.
I don't know their calendar. The only thing I didn't know about their reading. I didn't know about when they harmonized. All I know is that they have done their processes before giving it to the president to assent. And that is the only part that I know. I can't even remember the day that the president assented. So unless I go and check. Don't let me come and boo you with, oh, I know the day was passed. I'm not that type. But the thing is this, a bill has been passed into law. It is now a law and it has been gazetted. If that House member was sure of that discrepancy, let him call his House member. Tell every one of them, this is what we passed. This is what it was harmonized with the Senate. Because the word harmonization of those bills is because when House of Rep might be passing their own, they might have different wordings or anything. And when Senate are passing their own, they might have. That is why they always have harmonization committee that will now harmonize it and send it to the Senate and the House. They will sit together and pass this bill. Then the clerk of the House will sign and send to the president for assent. That is how bills are done. All of us, most of us are just learning.
Yeah,
it's obvious. It's obvious that Afolabi doesn't even know how the Senate and House of Rep works. From this last statement you said, I'm sorry,
no, you don't need to be sorry. If you know, you can.
No, because
I'm not saying no,
I took my time.
Whatever I do. Wait,
give me a minute.
No, I won't give you. I know why I won't give you a minute.
Emma,
You know why I won't give you a minute. Why I won't give you a minute for Ogabas. I won't give you a minute is because when you were talking about
because are you it's 2 minutes already.
I'll be done in 30 seconds. 30 seconds.
No, but you know you even speak more than most of us.
So you know where I joked before I came back. What I'm saying is this. Bill, see, let the investigation for me. Let's even agree that the opposition are right. There's a discrepancy. Let the investigation come back and see if there's a variance between what was signed and what was gazetted and what they sent to the president. Then we'll now go from there. Until then, all of this cooking will not work. But the bill has been passed. It is now a law. Implementation will start, and the president is on the right track. Thank you, ma.
Energy, can I now go? Because I want to.
Yes, please. Sure.
Okay.
Oga, say you go stop me. You can't go sleep. You can't go and sleep. Oga, can't go and sleep.
Why won't I go and sleep?
Please, can I go ahead?
I beg. See, um, I
Hello,
don't know if
can
you
you hear
guys
me,
were.
please?
Ima, I'm speaking. Can't you hear me, Ima? Hello. Can anyone
Mr.
hear
Abbas,
me?
go ahead, go ahead.
Okay.
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. Um, I don't know if you guys were in this morning space, Mazi space, and I asked this question, and almost everybody on the speaker, those that even requested for mic, they were all coming after me. I asked them. I said, "Are you guys discussing the bill that has already been passed?"
Gabas, we can't hear your network. We can't hear you at all. Energy, can you hear him? I can't hear him at all.
No, I can't hear Mr. Abbas again. No. Yeah. APC people are working overdrive. They are just attacking network tonight.
Energy, we really need to discuss these stats without trying to. Without trying to. We need to open and dissect it because it seems agenda is just
No.
flying.
See, the first thing is, the first thing need to know, because me, I know that this
Energy, can you hear me
has
now?
been altered. Yes, Mr. Abbas,
Okay,
I can
okay,
hear
let
you.
me go on. So this morning, almost everybody in that Mazi space, almost all the APC guy who felt that I'm no longer uh, good enough to be part of them, they all came after me. They called me, even Mr. Bamidele called me a criminal when I asked these questions. I told them, I said, are you guys discussing that alteration? Or you are discussing the bill itself? They went into the bill, how the bill is good enough, why people don't want the bill. I said that is not the issue. That tax bill is now an act, it's a law. I will wait for the implementation, in as much as I have my reservations in some areas. There is no kind of name they didn't call me. Now, Idele has come out and he did not deny the fact that that thing was altered.
And he did not affirm it. Also say that part.
Where I'm coming now. There was something I said in the morning. I said, if the House, if Honorable Dasuki was wrong, the House would have corrected him and not set a panel to investigate because they know what they pass. But they set
But
up a
how would they
panel.
correct what they don't have in their fronts?
Wait, I'm coming now. They set up, see, they know. They set up a panel to investigate. You can't just, if that allegation was just mere allegation without substance, they wouldn't have wasted time setting up a panel for it. If you really understand how parliamentary works, you will know that they will not go to the extent of setting up a panel on a false allegation. I asked those questions. Now it's obvious that the truth is gradually coming out. And I told people to be careful so that they won't go back to follow their words or things that they said. Today, now we're talking about implement. You cannot implement that if it is altered. You can't implement it. It's a fact. And even the fact of making illusion that some people never wanted the bill, they said it's dead on arrival. You have already passed it. It's an act. Why did you go ahead to alter it if that allegation is true?
If that
And
allegation
I
is
asked
true,
another.
Ogabas,
Wait now. I asked another question. At what point was it even altered? Is it after the assent of the president, or when it was sent to the president? At what stage was it altered? At what stage was that bill altered? We're talking about serious
yeah,
crime here.
Ogabas, you are saying as if you've agreed, you have found out that they've altered it. You've not even found out they've altered it.
I've not found out that they ordered it.
Yes, you've not confirmed that it has been altered.
See, Abiodun, can you authoritatively speak now that it was not ordered?
I can't.
Can you authoritatively speak that it was altered?
It has been alleged now.
To you.
Wait, it has been alleged and it has not been denied. I don't know. Energy, I couldn't hear you. I don't know if you guys can hear me.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
We can hear you. Go ahead.
Okay. I don't know why you guys are here trying to deny it when nobody from the authority has come out to deny it. No government agency, not even the tax office, not National Assembly, nobody has come out to deny it. And you guys are here denying it.
Okay, but
Did I tell you why? Did I tell you why, Abbas? Did I tell you why?
Yeah,
Good.
because you don't have authority.
A gazetted law, a copy of a gazetted law.
You do not have authority.
Hold on, Abbas. It's going to be signed by only two people: the clerk of the National Assembly and the president. So one of them must have altered it. Is it the clerk or the president? Going by your logic.
See, as I said, it has been alleged that that bill has been altered, and none of the authorities that have
None of the
power-
authorities can
Wait,
confirm or
I'm
deny
coming
except
now.
the president and the clerk of the National Assembly.
Wait
These are the only two people that
abeg.
will sign to a gazette. These are the only two
Wait
people that will
now.
sign, not the Senate president,
Wait now.
not the House of Rep speaker. It is the clerk of the National Assembly who is a permanent secretary, equivalent of a permanent secretary, and the president.
and he has a copy.
Oga,
The clerk has a copy.
Oga, you don't wait. You don't need to tell me.
And it is hard
what-
copy. It is
Wait
physical
now.
copy. It is not electronic.
Listen now. Wait. You don't need to tell me who a clerk is. My uncle was a clerk. I lived with him for years. He was a clerk
Clerk
of
of
National
where?
Assembly.
Clerk of where?
National Assembly. Clerk of for years.
One asking.
I know the process. I
What's
don't
his
need
name?
to ask him. I'm
What's
old
his name?
enough.
I hope he's not the
Oh
one
my
that
God.
ICPC arrested.
Which ICPC? Who was the
Yes,
first
I'm
clerk
asking
of
you because I
National?
know the one that
Who?
ICPC
Wait.
arrested.
Who
And
was the
his
first?
surname is Abbas.
Well, I'll say this one. Who is talking about? Which Abbas? You're
Abbas,
talking
what's
about
his surname?
Arab.
You tell us
It's
the name
not
of your
Abbas.
uncle
It's
that
that.
was.
No.
Tell us his
Forget.
name.
I can give you the history.
Don't
I
forget.
beg.
No, you brought your uncle into it. So the thing is that many of you are beneficiaries of corruption,
Oh,
and the one who
oh
want to
my
call
God.
you out, you say forget.
When I don't start again.
Isaac,
When I don't start again. When I don't start again.
Oh,
Abbas, who is your uncle that was a former clerk of the National Assembly?
Wait, when I don't start again.
his
Let
name?
me
If
listen.
your
Let me
uncle
mention.
has clean
Wait
hands,
now.
you will call his name
can
with
we
pride.
be orderly? Let him speak. You know. Mhm.
Let
Hey,
me
you
go
guys
ahead.
don't start
It's Obi
again.
or nothing for us, but go ahead.
Can I go on? Can I speak? I beg.
Go ahead.
You see, this is what I faced this morning. And I'm telling you, see, if you guys don't control your impulse, right? And don't even give it time for things to settle.
For controlling
Before coming-
impulse is you speaking the truth. In fact, that's a bigger impulse to control. I mean, interjecting you.
Ah,
The bigger
my God.
impulse to control is for you to be factual, honest, and speak based on evidence.
Oh my God.
Me interjecting
but-
you is me correcting you so that you don't
You
embarrass your
don't,
uncle.
you don't, wait, you do not
I'm
correct
coming
me
here to
because,
embarrass you.
be-
You are calling
because,
your uncle,
because,
you are calling your uncle a criminal.
Oh.
You are saying that you're not proud to name your uncle. Isaac, he brought his uncle into it.
Let's
His uncle is being investigated by ICPC.
Which uncle? Wait,
you
which
also-
uncle? Which
So that
uncle
we
are you
not,
talking about?
Imam Ali,
Interject.
let me listen to Malida.
Because you can also
Wait.
I will only listen to Imam Alida.
Wait, listen.
Wait. It's only
Wait.
You talk of interject. My leader, I agree with you.
Yes,
But
so
it's Obi
just
or
wait.
nothing for us.
Instead of
Just
saying-
to remind you.
That's your fundamental right, but stop interjecting.
No, it's not
That's-
fundamental. It is
No,
Obi
no,
or
no,
nothing.
you are
You must know
interjecting
it.
and you're making the conversation.
You interjected in my house. You know, the good thing is that there's no host or co-host any longer. Ayo is sleeping, energy has been dropped. I now appoint myself as the co-host. I appoint myself as the co-host. I appoint myself as the co-host.
You can't be co-host.
Baba, Baba, I am the co-host
Macron,
here.
Macron,
Energy, you cannot
Macron,
even meet.
Macron, I have no love lost. If you interrupt Mr. Abbas again, I drop you. I can even directly block you so that you don't have access to listen to this space again. Mr. Abbas will speak. I was listening this morning when you guys are gagging him. We don't let him talk. Anyway, that disagree with these policies or with Aswajo's policy, you will label them. You want to gag them, you want to take it. That's not going to happen on this space. No, 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 no. A fraud has been committed. A fraud has been committed. This bill has been changed. We just show you what was passed and what was assented to. After that bill was harmonized, nobody has shown me evidence that it was returned back to the House of voting. No one. It wasn't. It was not sent back to the House after it was harmonized. And that's how it should have been. They should have sent it back so that the House now can vote for it after harmonization before sending it through the clerk now to the presidency. That's what should have happened. Again, we'll be here. We'll be here. Where's Mr. Abbas? If Mr. Abbas is not here, we'll allow Ima to take this up. Ima, please go ahead, please. Ima, are you there?
I'm here. I'm here. It's just funny that my friend Macron, I don't know if he's still on this platform, but is trying to interrupt the flow of conversation. For me, there are fundamental issues that none of the APC members have been able to address. Number one, there was a joint committee. The normal standard procedure of the House, I have said this before, and I expect that maybe any of them that decide to speak will probably address it. Normal standard procedure of the House is that you first of all do your first reading, second reading, then they do public hearing, third reading, and after which the the what do you call it? The Senate and the House harmonize the bill, and then clerk sends to the president for his signature basically. Then in this case, because of the issues involved, what they did was that they set up an 80-man committee, both from the Senate and the House of Rep, 40-40 for the Senate, 40 for the House of Reps, for them to be able to sit down, push out in, and the Mr. Taiwo was involved in that committee. And for me, it is the fact that Mr. Taiwo is trying to remove himself from it, and is what I can't reconsider. It's what I can't just imagine. You were part of the committee because, in fact, the committee held at Transcorp. We know the exact hall in Transcorp where they met, not once, not twice. So for him to be saying that he doesn't know about harmonization committee report, he's just lying and he's not being truthful. He's aware. Based on the gray areas they all agreed, that report was sent to both the Senate and the House of Reps for them to just basically pass it, and then it's going to be now sent to the president for him to have signed. The same harmonization bill that was sent to the House of Reps was the same thing that was sent to the Senate after they had met. So I don't understand this whole spin doctor that APC people are trying to do here. Admit that you've committed a fraud. Instead of trying to dance around it and coming to lecture us about how harmonization committee meets and how they don't sit and all those things. Some of us, at least, we have a bit of experience. We have people that are members of House of Reps, and we can easily find out these things and say, okay, what is the procedure or what has happened? And they'll tell us. And I've challenged any APC person here. Why is it that not even one APC senator, one APC House of Rep members have come out to say Senator Dansuki and the other House of Rep members are liars? that there was nothing like
Ima,
that. At least we've had
Ima,
about
no
5.
matter how much you say this thing, it won't become true. You said all of this thing in your first submission. It won't
Wait,
become
please,
true.
I beg. When you were talking, you
Yes,
said I
I'm just
shouldn't
telling
interject.
you, stop cooking. We are
I
smart
said
than this one that
you
you're
were
always
talking,
doing.
when you were talking, you said I shouldn't interject. So I would plead that you respect my opinion. You respect the same thing that you don't like. Don't do it to me. Now, I've said what I've said. If you are intelligent enough, I believe that you were able to disprove what I've said by bringing, saying that, oh, you found out from so, 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 and so, and nothing like that happened. Everything I have said here, it can easily be disproved if you have your
He who
facts.
alleges was proved. Prove that
So,
there was
what I've said,
alteration. Show us
please,
the
I beg
original one.
you,
Show us
please,
the one that was altered.
I will see, please. If I interject you, you won't like me. I will make sure you don't say anything here. I can do it. So please, just respect yourself. Yeah.
That's what they
Allow
want.
me,
Actually,
allow
that's
me
what
to
they
round up.
want.
When I round
That's
up,
what
you
they
can
want.
say what you want to say. But I promise you, if you interject me again, you won't say a word here again till you go and sleep. I promise you. So
But how
for
does that
me,
constitute a threat to my life? How does that?
I'm just telling you that I will make sure that you don't say
No,
one word
what
here.
you do, how does that constitute a threat to my life? How old are you?
Abiodun, be a gentleman. You spoke at length over here. Nobody interrupted you. Why do you want to interrupt him now? The gentleman is not even interrupting anybody.
Don't worry, I've collected, so he won't talk here. In fact, I will use the power of the co-host to drop him. I will show him.
Oh yeah, don't do that. My leader, please.
I will show him now that at least I have the power. This is my own power.
And
I,
it's something you may not.
yes, no problem. So please, if anyway, I'm a good person. If not, I will just behave like Buhari. I am Tinubu here. I will just deal with you now. Yeah, I won't do that because I'm not like Tinubu. At least I have conscience, like Peter. So what I have said here is simple. If you have facts, come out, disprove what I've said. Not by conjectures or trying to say, oh, this. No, if you have facts, disprove what I've said. Abbas, you can go ahead.
Actually, I was speaking. I didn't know that I wasn't being heard, and I was for some time. Anyway, you see this in the explainer. I read about it in the morning. That was why I asked them what was the process they use in passing that law. I said they should follow the process to know whether you should be asking for House of Reps version, Senate version. I knew about the committee that was set up to uh, uh, pass that both from the Senate and House of Reps. So there was nothing like Reps version, Senate version. I asked them that question in the morning because this process you just I read it because I went to do research before even coming out to speak. And I asked them again, are you guys going to address the issue of the alteration or you're coming back to start lecturing people on what the tax bill is supposed to do for people? Because that is not the issue. This is no longer a bill. It's an act. It's a law. So coming to convince people here on the bill, which has now been passed into law, is unnecessary. And I also went further to say that I'm going to be able to criticize this bill based on its implementation. They said that I'm an agent of doom, that I want the bill to fail. I want this to fail. And as I said, one of them even called me that I'm one of the criminals that will go to Rising Blue to go and sleep and other things. And that is why we're against the bill. I said, which bill? This is already a law. That was what they said that morning. And now they are still coming up now to come and ask me same question. As if there's a WhatsApp group where this thing is being discussed. They don't forget, say I've been there APC camp before. We get group. where did they discuss some of these things? I hesitated from that group myself. That is why you see what is being said in the morning is what they're bringing in the evening now to come and say at the same time. But even look at the substance of the matter itself. The optics is not right. You see this thing that just happened? If it is fully established that there was forgery, then you have a serious issue to deal with, because you cannot build something you said it to for the benefit of Nigerians, and so you are charting a new course, you are building it based on falsehood. It cannot work. What is it that you utter that you could not have influenced when that bill was being considered? Why not influence it at that level? Why go to the extent of altering it after that has been made? It's either you are taking people for a ride, you take Nigerians for a ride, you even take the institution itself, the National Assembly institution, for a ride. Or go and pass whatever you pass, we are going to amend it and have our own version of what we want. Justice is not right. This thing is not looking good. No matter how you come here to defend it, if it is fully established that this act was carried out and this alteration was confirmed to be a fact, then a lot of people should bury their head in shame.
Oh, okay, Abbas. Okay, Abbas. You know what you said about this? Hold on, girls. Hold on. What I'm saying is this thing that you just said, that there's nothing that they want to influence at the house. Why would they not influence it rather than go and alter it? For you to understand that any person that said this thing was altered is not making sense, because they would have influenced it and make them pass it.
You think there are no criminals in government? Maybe they've come back to think about.
Abbas, can you allow me to push back a bit
Back. That is their own.
so that we just engage?
No problem.
Thank you, Abbas. Thank you, Ayo. My leader, Ima. Thank you very much. Energy, my chairman. Abbas, please let me mute a bit. Well, you don't consider yourself to be my leader. I consider you to be my leader. Abbas, please let me mute a bit. So I think that first thing first is that for me personally, I am going to put down my APC regalia for today. And my APC people, please don't be angry. I'm going to put it down and I'm going to speak like a business person. And I'm also going to speak like a taxpayer. So first thing first is that some of us who have been paying taxes, including my leader, we have looked at it. We have seen the issues that affect taxpayers. We've seen the ones that affect governors or state governments in terms of revenue sharing, and it's been harmonized. For me, it's problematic for me that we're having this conversation of somebody has altered a harmonized, agreed or document, particularly a legislative document, particularly for something that affects all of us. And like Abbas rightly said, I don't know whether it was Abbas, I don't want to misquote you, but like someone rightly said earlier, we might have to start questioning other laws that have been passed by this administration if we don't put this to a reasonable conclusion. And so for me, my own opinion, except if my leaders call me in the APC or Ashwaju calls me in the APC and says, Martin, change this opinion or your position. My position is that the implementation of that law should be suspended because of these allegations. And the reason why for me is that whether it is true or not, it is better to err on the side of caution. If we have suspended it, the implementation for 6 months, suspending for another 1 or 2 months because of this issue should not be a big deal. Because we want to also come out to Nigerians as being honest people, as being the tax bill is very honest, is for the benefit of Nigerians. However, if we're talking about alterations, then we must be above board on that. I haven't said that. My problem is with those who are framing the narrative to look as if we have now agreed or we have now decided that this issue of alteration has happened. I also, like Iman did, I also spoke to some of our own House of Rep members and senators from the states, southern and northern representatives, and they were like, Macron, nobody's going to give you any official position on that matter. It's a very sensitive matter. It's going to come as a shock to everybody. The collusion between the clerk of the National Assembly and the presidency to all documents. So what we are going to do, what we advise you to do, is to also wait on the outcome of the committee. And they assured me that the composition of the members of the committee is such that people of high repute and are people who are going to do justice to the matter. And then I further asked them, and they were not able to answer this question. I said, for a matter as important as this, the National Assembly has considered the committee and has given them 1 week to work. The same National Assembly has gone on recess on. You saying because you are majority APC and you are not sure whatever reasons that best known to them, they couldn't give me any reason. Now, of Gazetted a law. This is not the first time we're having new laws that are being gazetted. And like I said in an earlier space, it is enshrined in the Constitution, it's a constitutional matter on how to gazette laws. And there are always signatories to a gazette or a gazetted law. It is a clerk of the National Assembly who is equivalent to a permanent secretary of a ministry and the president of the Federal Republic of Nigeria. So if there's going to be
It's not permanent, it's equivalent to a head of service. Because
a head of service is even more than the permanent
yes,
secretary.
because it's an arm of government.
Oh,
Just like we have the registrar
thank you.
in the Supreme Court.
Thank you. Your uncle is just you are hiding his name or whatever is his business. So for me, so we're talking about a level 18 officer. So which means that this person is a thoroughbred professional. Now, I think that it's an indictment on the National Assembly that a thoroughbred professional is not able to gather his own team. He has his own office. It's a directorate in itself. He has his own office. He has his own special assistants, his own reviewers, his own advisors, and all of those things. All of them could not sit down and detect an alteration. It had to take a honorable Dasuki who's been fighting for constituency money, who has been fighting for projects for his own constituency that is going to also benefit from whether directly or indirectly, to come up with a team of secondary school leaders to identify this alteration. Now, for those who are blaming Taiwo Edele, I think that when we try as much as possible to put debts on professionals, particularly accomplished professionals, what we are saying is that we are going to start discouraging top professionals from getting involved in government. And we also need to understand the terms of reference of his committee. It is to look into our tax issue, bring up solutions, draft it up, sit down with key stakeholders, come up with a solution and pass it. Now, beyond that, they stop at the time that they pass, except the president says, oh, what they have reviewed, what National Assembly have reviewed in terms of sharing formula, I want you to also represent the executive and make your own input so that we are going to have a harmonized version. At the point that they have informed him that we have a harmonized version, that is only the last process is only to pass it for signature. He cannot be held liable. You can't hold him responsible for situation. And so for me, on that, please let us excuse him. That he has gone to channels not to speak like a politician because he's a politician, then we start using our own political lens to judge his competence. I think it's also going to be very, very unfair on him. So let us restrict to the two people who have the responsibility of signing that particular document into law. The clerk of the National Assembly and the president. Like I said earlier, we're gazetting laws. So there's a process for it. You go back and forth, and then it has to be produced, attested to, and confirmed by the clerk of the National Assembly. And it has to be in hard copy. Except if anybody is telling us that there is a law that has changed it to electronic copy. It has to be hard copy. So which means that the clerk.
I think you're missing out this.
Yes, sir.
Signing a bill into law and gazetting it are two different,
Haba now. Let's not do this.
Into
So
law
let
is
me.
the same as
So
gazetting.
exactly now. That's why I
Oga
said Haba. Let's not do this.
Doing what?
Let's not do this. So when you sign it into law, it has gone through that documentation process. And the documentation process is you gazetting it.
No, is it not after
Abbas, let me
signing
meet
it
you.
into law that you will now gazette it?
No, it is when you have signed the gazetted document that it has become a law. Hey, Abbas, let me mute a bit. So there are some laws. Let me mute this. So there was an instance that President Buhari refused to attest his signature. It is that attestation of that signature. You say, I attest that I have come. Look at the Gazette. You will see it. It's a final page. There's an attestation statement there where the clerk is the one that is required to attest, not even the president. The clerk has to attest to the authenticity of the document. So if the clerk of the National Assembly has attested to it in hard copy, and that's why I said that if anybody says that there's an electronic copy that is the one that is, being forwarded to the presidency, let us know. It has to be in hard copy. You send it in hard copy. Maybe the president sends it to his own chief of staff and all of those things to look at it before he applies his signature on it. So, by and large, for me, in conclusion, first thing first is that personally, I think that we should suspend the implementation of the tax laws, give the National House of Assembly. Toby, just that's why I say personal. When my political party tells me that change that position, I will change it. But right now, we don't have any official position on that politically, as a government and also as a party. So this is my own. So personally, I think it should be suspended till the committee comes back. Now, second is that I also feel that the National Assembly should call an emergency meeting. Come back. It's a matter of national security. It's a matter of urgency. You don't go to. You are coming back to meet us, the constituents at home. Don't worry, we don't need you at home for now. We need you to go and see to the end of this alteration, so that by January 1st, we have a clean tax bill that is going to save 97% of Nigerians from abject poverty, that is going to save the businesses of myself and Ima. We're able to remit CIC at 27%. We're able to claim back our tax credits in form of withholding without audit. We're able to also plan the next fiscal year. Tax planning for businesses is a big deal. So we need to get this sorted in the next 2 or 3 weeks. Are you the man?
Oga
Thank you.
Abbas, so that I can emphasize the thing about gazetting and signing into law. Gazetting is just an act of just publishing the law that you sign. That is just it. It's as simple as that.
Is that not what I just said? Because you sign it into law before you gazette it, right?
Anyway,
They publish it.
When you sign that gazette, then you have
in,
signed
in,
it into
in,
law.
I think it should be my turn, so I'll just speak with so I can run off.
Yeah, Michael.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you. Yeah. I was actually nodding my head. I mean, this is my first time, listening to McNoon say some vital or important point that I was like, okay, I think we're getting there.
Something reasonable.
No, I
Because
don't
he
want to
said
use
they
the
should
word.
suspend it.
Listen, just listen, please. Please. It's no interjection, please. The reason is this. Of course, I've been in different spaces where each time I speak, I always make some little points that you support a government doesn't mean if they're dragging you into fire, you're still in support of them. At some point, you can still draw back a bit and say, hey guys, I still support you 100%, right? But I think this is wrong. Can we do this? Can we change it? It doesn't change your personality. It actually even show that patriotism as a citizen of a country. So the way you spoke, McNoon, shows today, showed that patriotism. It shows it that you still support them, but you think, okay, this is not really right. Whether it's true or not, can we revisit this again? I give you a big thumbs up for that. That is what many of us are crying out for. Let us stop this. Every single thing we praise it, even though we know it's not going to favor us just because it's our political party. Things doesn't work that way. So, but having said that, I just have a few points I wanted to throw in. Look, the issue here has always been the trust. I think I mentioned this yesterday. It's always been the trust. Nobody trusts the system. Even when the government has put out an article or put out something that seems to be true, nobody seems to believe it because the trust is not there. Why not start from building that trust? Let the people believe when you say things. You do what you say. So, I can be rest assured that if I pay this tax, that the tax will be utilized. Now, the conversation is no longer around the tax; it's around the insertion. Citizens are calling out this, saying, "Oh, there's an insertion. This is, of course, it should be a criminal offense." But the people that are defending this, they keep on defending it, they keep on defending it. And when you speak in a certain way, you'll be insulted, right? I was in that space yesterday where, I listened to how they were speaking to a gentleman, I think Abbas. I was like, woof, this is not a country where we should be proud of, where, you want to speak, you have a kind of a dissenting opinion or opinion, so to say. And the people who believe in certain things will a certain direction will insult you for speaking your mind, for saying, "Oh, this is not right." Rather than all of us putting our heads together to, hold the government accountable to, to actually explain what has happened, because something happened. People can't just suddenly wake up and start making things up. Something has happened and needs clarification. But when you speak, it appears that, because you're opposition, or because you're from certain region, or because your candidate did not win, that is how it always appears to the APC supporters, and it's becoming embarrassing, to be honest. So when would you start putting on a thinking brain? When at every single point you have to defend even things that are on defense, you defend literally everything. It's becoming really annoying, honestly. The citizen of a country that will pay a tax. This is not APC law or your political party law. This is a law that will affect both the APC and other political parties. And they are speaking out and they are putting out their concerns. Rather than some of you that seem to be educated to guide them, or to clear their concerns. What you do is insult and call names and do all sorts of things. It's becoming annoying, and that's why I pick up the mic. And finally, because I'm not going to speak for long, finally, some of the APC supporters that are well educated, I think you have one job you need to do for me. Okay. Um, People from other regions. We have people from the entire northern region, and south and southeast. Okay, let these people speak a little bit about this issue as well. Let it not come from the region where the president comes from, because it reduces the relevance of some of the things you're saying. It just sounds as if
Mazi was the one that opened the space this morning.
no. Just hang on, please.
Let's not make it tribal.
No.
Let's stick to this.
Thank you. I'm trying to be very careful how I put this so it doesn't sound that way. But everyone on this space will understand what I'm saying right here. Okay, this is not a tribal thing. This is just what is happening. I said majority. It doesn't matter if the person who opened the space, who are the people speaking about this? And I'm saying, can we spread this knowledge? Makinon, you seem quite educated in this tax, whatever. Can you pass this knowledge to a few other people from other regions so they can spread this knowledge as well? Because when they keep on coming from the region where the president comes from, it makes some people like, okay,
why is he also coming from the region that lost election?
Well,
let's not do this, Chris. Let's not make it tribal.
You're the one pushing it.
Coming from an obedient that don't listen to other people is talking. Just imagine somebody that you don't listen to other people's.
I'm still speaking, so I'm still speaking. You don't interrupt when I'm speaking, okay? I never commuted my mic when you're speaking. So the point,
I'm bringing
as I
said, I can give you my post.
Hey, you do not talk when I'm talking, please. All right? I never interjected when you spoke.
Abiodun, you had the opportunity to speak. Nobody interjected. Let him speak.
Anyway, like I said, I don't like coming to Spain where we go back and forth. The point here is when people speak of their concerns, if you think you have enough knowledge to correct them or to clear their concerns, bring it up. You don't need to be insultive. And like I said, let's spread this knowledge to all over the country. Let it not just come from a particular region. I yield. Thank you.
Hold on, I just have a question. I just have a quick question for everybody.
Yes,
Right?
can I
Wait,
speak
wait.
something?
I have a quick question for everybody, right? So, who was the president? Because once a law is signed, it's not sent back to the National Assembly. So, what documents do we know that this thing is altered, and how do they know that this document was altered?
God
Because
bless you, Toby.
if we are making educative submissions, right, we need to get to the root of the matter. According to the Constitution, once a document is signed into law, it's not for the public. It doesn't go to the public. It doesn't go to the National Assembly back. So, for everybody saying this thing was altered, right? If you know you defended that this tax bill was altered, can you please let us know who saw the bill and where exactly was altered?
Which kind of question is this now?
I just tire.
All this mental gymnastics.
I just tire.
A representative member that was here when they signed the bill said what we signed is different from what was gazetted. You think somebody should show you. What kind of nonsense is this now? Where all of you now go just they do. I still say all of us smoking go together.
Even if we smoke it go
make
together, because they hire us differently now. You don't know.
I be now. Yesterday, we discussed how bills are signed. You know, Ima even today has explained to you how an executive bill, which is this one, executive bill, how it is signed passed. When there's a problem and then you want to go through concurrency or harmonization, how it is done. We form a joint conference committee, they harmonize, they push it back, everybody now votes on it, and that is how it's done. And this member of us is saying what we voted on is not this. You guys created the narrative of, oh, it was complaining about harmonized bill. No. What the final bill, the harmonized final bill they voted on is not the same thing that was gazetted. That was is there today. She cannot even deny and say, no, that is not true. Or you want me to listen to people on Twitter say that have not been to National Assembly in the past 15 months? A sitting senator, a sitting House of Assembly member or rep member said it's false. Anyways, any other person we want.
Can I? Okay, Martino speak so I can speak.
It's sitting House of Rep with the PDP.
Energy.
With the PDP, okay.
Energy. Yeah, Energy. I think you are not getting the question he asked, and for me, I think you are now on the same side in terms of suspending the law for now, the implementation of the law for now. But perhaps we are not on the same side on whether it was altered or not. So I think the question is asking, and I think it's a very valid question, is that if Honorable Dasuki has come out to say that this thing has been altered, and he has given a list of the sections or the line items that he feels have been altered, I think the onus is also on him to say, guys, you know what? I'm not just creating a spreadsheet or an Excel table to list out something. What I'm saying is, look at this page 61, page 62. Section 61 is section 61B. Look at the copy of the harmonized section. Look at the copy of the gazetted section. For me, I think
they
that
have done it. Even if you go to Rufai's page, right? Rufai's page already mentioned a couple of sections where there's discrepancy.
Energy, I don't think it's no. You cannot do that.
No.
It's harmonized versus
once
gazetted.
a law is signed into, it doesn't go to
like you get my point.
Nope.
Like you get my point.
Hold on.
Like a physical copy. It's a hard copy.
I get your point. I get your point, right? Yeah. Because with this law, once a law is signed, it doesn't go to public. What's the meaning of gazette?
No, public, it means is that it doesn't go to public for debate anymore. That's what it means. It's not like they won't publish it for the public to see. That's not what they
So
mean.
what exactly is
So
he
you can
talking about? Like
establish
say
that
we
something
not
has
see
been
the
tampered
Gazette.
with. Yeah.
No, we need to
Exactly.
know.
So energy,
We need to
and
see
what
the
he's saying is that
gazetted
publish the
bill.
two
We need
copies.
to see the whole bill.
Publish the two copies. Yeah, publish the two copies where we are seeing the discrepancy. Page
You
62.
you can go and look for it. APC guy, you can go and look. Is it not your government? Go and
No,
look for it
energy,
now.
hold on, sir. Hold on, sir. Hold on, energy, hold
And
on, sir.
this is not an
So for
APC
me,
thing. This is not an APC thing.
yeah,
This is a Nigerian thing.
like I said, I've thrown away my APC robe. I've thrown it away. I've thrown the APC. See, let me tell you why it's very problematic for me. If on one hand, we are saying that it is 100 million naira threshold for SMEs, and then the law that has been signed is saying 25 million, it disrupts everybody's tax planning. And nobody, FIS is not going to say, oh, show me your APC membership card. Okay, 100 million applies to you. You are opposition, 25 million applies. What I'm saying is that, see, the National Assembly is for a very important issue like this. You cannot go on recess. You cannot go on recess for. Trash this thing out and go and enjoy your Christmas. So for me, the physical copies, the two physical copies, side by side, look at it. Look, that is the evidence, not an Excel table that everybody can see. I can sit down and do Excel table and say, oh, look at it, they're lying. No, we have to have a universal truth that we're all going to base our arguments and opinions on. Thank you, sir.
I mean, I don't like when you guys try to
I'm looking for that thing.
energy.
Hold on.
Energy. I don't like when you people try to like. This is a very important thing for all Nigerians.
Hold on. This argument you want to make goes both ways. If you want to argue today that the gazetted copy and this harmonized copy are not the same or they are the same, it is also on you to go and get it for us and say, oh yeah, I don't compare it. So this is it side by side, no discrepancy. The same way you will put it on opposition, the opposition should go get it. The same way we also can put it back to you and say, you also should go get it. So don't let us do all this mental gymnastics you guys have been doing on space. Basically, we cannot insult each other's intelligence. Basically, right? Now, I just posted something on the Jumbotron where you can actually see the gazetted copy and the harmonized copy. You can see the section there that has significant change. Part 4, section 27, 2A, right? It's there. And then there's another section, section 172. It's also changed. Significant change. I just posted it in the Jumbotron. So when people go and, okay, they've given you some comparison now. Your thing is, oh, give us the link. Why can't you also bring the link and say, this is the link for Gazetted, this is the link for Harmonized. There's no difference. Why must it be that now only me, you want now opposition or people that are against this or that says there's a problem? They are the one that you want them to go and bring evidence. But your no evidence is word of mouth. So you want add evidence for the other side, but you want you can give us word of mouth, say no changes from your own side. And does that work?
Energy, in truth and in honesty, can you tell this whole house, as in this whole space that is listening to you, that you can read something that you post on that job?
Yes, I can read it. And
So there,
we actually read it. We actually read
energy,
it
and I,
yesterday.
energy, and I trust,
We
I
actually read it
trusted you.
yesterday. We actually
Read
read it
what?
yesterday on space. No, I read it for you on my space. We read it.
Which one did you read? This one that
is
you're
it not
saying.
that
This one.
Energy. So let me tell you why I disagree with you again. So what you have posted on the Jumbo chain is 2 pages, paragraph by paragraph. No, sir. If I say that a copy of the Constitution has been altered, I will bring that copy of the Constitution that is genuine and another copy, not a summary, not somebody entering Microsoft Word or pages.
I'm not disagreeing with your logic.
Yes.
The disagreement I have right here is this. At least a party, one part has come out and say, we've done some screenshot because we're talking about 200 pages of documents.
Energy, this is that you posted was somebody's.
Hold on. You will reckon that if you're talking about a law is in section 27, and in your own Gazetted, the SPA is now in section 28. You've altered that law, right? You cannot readjust, you cannot move around, right? What we pass, if it's in section 27, it must be in section 27 what you pass. So if somebody compare a page by page for me and say, okay, this is section 27 here, and section 27 here, this section 27 here, these things have been expunged. In this place, things have been added. No, I do not see the complete document line by line, the whole 400 pages.
Exactly. We need to cite the source document.
At least
The
that
source document is very important.
Now, if you now question that, oh, you don't trust the Gazetted, you don't trust the harmonized, it's a different discussion entirely.
Okay, Energy, let me do it this way.
Comparison have not been made. That's not.
Let me do it this way. You know, if I have a KJV Bible, I have another KJV. I'll put the two side by side. I said in Matthew chapter 4, verse 6, this is what this one says, and it's KJV. And this one that I'm saying was altered in Matthew chapter 4, verse 6. This is what was written. This is not what was done in this thing that you posted on the Jobo. This is some people going to type a Word document and telling you, oh, this is what is removed. So, me and you have gone to school more than that.
They don't have that as alleged, and it's your own onions to disprove.
No, now who alleges more?
No, now who alleges as the owners of bringing proof? It's a fundamental legal this thing. Let's not rewrite it. Fundamental. I think we can convert. I think we can convert on the position that the law should be suspended.
All the lawmakers have the harmonized version. All the lawmakers.
Mr. Michael. So for me, we can't pick and choose when we apply universal legal principles. We can't.
Yeah,
we can't. And I think it's going to be unfair. We can't keep shifting the goalpost.
It's leadership.
Okay, Mr. Michael. Let me lay an accusation on you. If I accuse you and say Mr. Michael is a fraudster, I must prove that Mr. Michael is a fraudster. In fact, and I know that you people know Fifth Amendment. I mean, what do you people call it? You have the right to be silent. I say, you know what? I'm not going to disprove it. You go there and go and prove that I'm fraudulent. I'm not going to say anything because you're the one that brought it up to call me fraudulent.
And Martin, so even
this has to be the leadership of the country. This is not an accusation. This is the country.
Yeah, but it's coming from an opposition.
It's coming from an opposition.
It's
one person that said it. Michael, wait.
No, it is.
So that argument becomes political.
No, let's not even go. So what's the problem? What problem do you have with that document that Energy just posted?
No source document.
It's not legible for me, for one. And the part that I saw at the top is that somebody is typing. This is what was written. Yes. So it is not a true document that the public, the publisher, and the one. That's the problem. And Michael, this is what I want to say.
Jeffy, let me give you another example. Jeffy, let me give you another example. Abbas, sorry, hold on. Let me give sorry, Abbas. Abbas, let me just 2 seconds. 15 seconds, please. Don't worry, I'll yield to you. 15 seconds. Honestly, I'll yield to you. So imagine that you want to retire expenses to your company. You have an business expense, you traveled, and then you say, oh, I took first class. Within your policy, out of those things, took first class. And then you go home, bring your laptop, calculate your expenses, and then you say this is sufficient evidence for me. You are not giving us evidence of payment. You are not giving us the tickets. You are not giving us your bank statements, source documents that you cannot change. What you did was to sit down and say, I'm giving a summary of my business expenses. I don't need my source document, and I have retired to you, and I need to be reimbursed.
Nobody will reimburse you.
Nobody will reimburse you. Nobody.
In fact, Michael, to make this worse, if it's just one person that stood up and say this on the floor of the house, and what did the house do? They set up a committee to investigate, which is the right thing.
Okay, so as this case is now, so what would be the right thing for the government to do?
To suspend the law in my own position.
I'm trying to provide clarity.
How can you suspend a law on one
accusation? Just accusation. Just
credibility issues. So for me,
So
It
for
doesn't
me,
make no sense, bro.
no, Toby, let me
Listen,
tell you
But
why it makes sense. So
Macron, if it's so, then why are we suspending it? If you're saying, I mean, it's really not
exactly,
true.
exactly.
Why are we suspending it? Because the problem
So
here is
exactly. So
that the denial
yeah, so
here.
yeah, so some of us, so for me, it's about moral standards and it's subjective. So some people have very high moral standards that when you accuse them of something, they will resign. Whether it is true or not, we will resign first because I really don't like that you are accusing me. And for me, that is why I stand on some issues like this. On some other issues, I look at it as being frivolous. But on this particular issue, that is going to affect a lot of Nigerians, that people had a lot of pushback against, I can suspend it for 1 month. Just 1 month.
But Matthew, again, you're making a mistake. It is not that people have a pushback on it. It is the opposition gathering themselves and pushing back,
This is why
breaking the law.
I
It is
disagree with
not.
you,
It's not a
Abiodun.
matter of opposition.
This is
They
why I
have
disagree
big
with you,
business
Abiodun.
now on the streets
So
of
for
Nigeria.
me, I'm not going to look at this tax laws from a political angle. I'm going to look at it from societal public trust. If opposition has done everything when Oyele was running around, first reading, opposition has done everything to to throw it out, and then we got to the final stage,
It's not even the opposition. What are you talking about? Is it not people from the ruling party?
which is fine. People can
So
be
why are
from
you
the
calling
party and be opposition. I can give you an example. Malami was opposition
But
from the
you
ruling
know,
party.
to me, it's an opposition.
Wike is opposition
you
within
know,
the political party. Let's not expand this argument, please. See, and that's why I talked about moral standards.
Bro, Macron, hold on 1 second.
Okay,
The
sir.
bill was signed June 26, 2025. So you're telling me opposition left July, August, September, October, November. And in December, just a couple days before the bill is supposed to be effective, they found something. It doesn't make no sense.
So Toby, what are you saying that we should disregard the accusations?
No.
And then go on with business as usual.
Wait,
Toby, look at it this way. Toby, look at it this way.
There's been an ad hoc committee that has been formed. Wait for the report.
It's
If
fine.
not, let's go.
So what happens while the report is being
Toby, look at it this way. What if the opposition is correct that it was altered? See, so for me,
what if they are wrong?
Exactly. So it is better to err on the side of caution. We suspended it for 6 months. So doing 1 more month is not a big deal.
But nobody is collecting your tax until next year.
Abiodun, hold on.
Don't we already have existing tax laws?
Abiodun, hold on. Let me drive home this point. So in politics, sometimes you hold your ace or your joker and then use it at the dying minute. So what if they had actually known that it has been altered since June? And the ruling party felt that it's like these guys, hold on, let me just make this point. It's like these guys did not know that we've placed the fast one on them. And the budget say, you think you play the fast one? We know. We will release it 3 weeks to your implementation. Politics. So for me, err on the side of caution, suspend it, call your National Assembly. You have more than 2/3 majority. The president is very powerful. This is a political master strategist, as we call him. He's got to call Fabio and the speaker. Guys, this thing is becoming a national embarrassment for me. Guys, come back from holiday and sit down on this thing. I want this thing sorted out. Because by January 1st, I must start collecting money. Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
When this bill was being,
you will never live here now.
Hold on.
Hold on a bit.
Yeah,
let me just finish this second. Thank you, Jeff. What if, when the bill was being discussed, do you remember what Oyedele was always saying? That this is a president that did not make any contribution that should do this on the bill.
What if that was a political statement from Oyedele?
That's beautiful. But if that was not the political statement and that was the truth, is it now after they've passed it that they've given him a document to assent to that he will now alter it?
No, so that's why I said that we must exclude Taiwo Oyedele from this, and that's why I don't bring him into it. I don't bring Taiwo Oyedele into it. His work stops at the point that it has been harmonized, and they've gotten back and forth.
You guys are just making your judgment and giving your opinion at the same time.
Which is what you're also doing. You're also forming an opinion.
We're not doing that. We're not discussing. You guys are just coming here to.
I bet you're forming an opinion.
Yeah, but come on, let Ola
let's
go.
not.
Let Ola go.
Yeah, hold on. You should hold on. So Ola can go. Yes. So Ola. Yes. Ola, you can go ahead. You know, so make it.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you very much. This is quite my first time in your space. I really do not know many people here apart from Energy. It's actually OI of a lot. OI. Um, One thing and I might just draw attention a bit, is a way to have this kind of conversation with the APC.
Wait, is anybody speaking?
Yeah, we
Yeah,
can hear
OI
you.
is speaking.
Energy, I can
Yeah.
buy
Yes,
Starlink for
Jerry.
you. It's like your network is problematic. I can buy Starlink for you. So that you not be disturbed. Go ahead, please go ahead.
All right, thank you very much. So is having this kind of conversation with
And
the
if I
APC.
go down now, there's nobody to bring me back up.
Ah, you will go down finally. Well,
Just stay back. Maybe you
Jeffy,
can just hear him
give
once
me
he's
100.
done.
You can hear me.
we cannot hear you.
No.
We cannot hear you.
Yeah. All right, go ahead.
Can you see something, Jeffy?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
I mean, no fear anybody.
Okay, Energy can hear me.
Yeah. Oh.
I don't know why this OI is bringing these APC people as if
I bet you don't
people are
worry.
not
See,
Nigerians.
I bet
People
you,
that
I
they
bet
are
hold
you,
on.
you
Don't
I
guys
bet you
be
that is not the big deal. You are an APC person. I am an APC. I'm not shy of it. Let me know how to say.
Exactly.
No, but the thing is that why can you not be in ADC, PDP? We have a PDP person and say the truth. We can always say the truth.
The PDP is dead. I don't know why you are
Jeffy-
saying in PDP. PDP is dead. Come to the APC, please. But let's go ahead.
Okay. So, well, first of all, it's quite an interesting space until we start going back and forth on the same thing, and we never really let that line of conversation. So, it's why I said I'm going to just try and divert our attention a bit. Hopefully, it will be a successful mission, and is that looking at the APC, on time. In fact, let me start this. Prior to the election, um, we we were questioning the leadership of Bola Ahmed Tinubu that what are his plans on tackling security issues in the country. We went back and forth on spaces. Oh, there's plan, there's this, there's that, up until 2023, when Nadia came on air and said she met Tinubu in London, and Tinubu said he's got no blueprint to tackle insecurity issue in the north. I didn't make that up. It was Nadia. And Nadia was a DG to the APC. And we were like, we're saying this. We were asking this question. People have a way of riding on our intelligence. Of course, they are the ones in power. They have all of the information. What we can see is our own experience as people of this, supposed to be great nation. Then we look back at things also, and we where did budget padding all started, or when did we first hear about budget padding? It was still under the APC.
Sorry, I want to ask, how old are you? Are you 12, 13, 9? Now, this is the first time you are hearing of budget padding?
No, it's
But I'm just asking, for us, let's make it engage. You also laughed. Jeffy laughed.
Yeah.
Because it's quite funny.
Yeah. Right. It's funny, so he can just make it.
The thing about you guys is you just don't let people talk and just kind of listen at least. If that is what you heard. What I said clearly is that we were concerned about all the nuances going on in the legislative arm of government up until budget padding was reviewed. Up till this day, there's still budget padding going on in the National Assembly, but everybody has moved on. But then, as if that was not enough, is to look that under the APC government, just to tell you that if APC tells you anything is white, that thing is definitely black. If APC tells you anything is black, that thing is definitely red. APC truth.
Jeffy, do you want us to go political, really political? You know that we know how to do this politics. Or you want us to
just make it submission.
I think it's an outlier.
Just speak and leave. Come on now.
Hold on, Michael.
If you want us to go political, we'll go very hard politically, and you guys will like
it. Hold on, it's an outlier, so we can resume our
Okay, well, they called you an
conversation.
outlier, and I think I can, explain what that means. That that you are most foolish. I don't know.
Hold on, hold on. No, let's him just.
It doesn't matter. It does not matter. It does not matter what you want to call me. I'm not really curious of anything you want to call me. Go ahead and call me anything you want to call me. I'm just pointing to you guys what APC has always stood for. Because even in prior to the election, APC electoral act, what did it come about? Is that they introduced all of these things and told us that the DIVA, the IREV, the amendment, the electoral act will give the INEC independence, this and that. They will have this and that. What became of it after the election is to also look that it is under the same APC government that Snake has swallowed money, Monkey has swallowed, taken stolen money, I might have stolen money. I'm not making all of this up. These are the things that have happened under the APC government. It's to also look back that under this same APC government, that we've had series of changes, series of reforms. I'm talking now back to this tax reform that is going on now. But how can I trust this tax reform? This is where how do you want the common man, no matter what the intelligentsia are saying, but how can you tell the common man to trust this tax reform, considering the errors of the APC in days bygone? And now, look at NNPC for instance. You consider NNPC prior to 2021, when they pushed for NNPC, we pushed back. We knew that the only thing left of us is all of the policies around the NNPC. But they told us, no, we have to find a way to implement private sector start to come in. And they changed NNPC to NNPCL just last week for the first time in the history of this country. Over 210 trillion naira. Trillion naira within the 2 years of Bola Ahmed Tinubu, within the 3 years of implementing this whole NNPCL whatever. Missing, no one is still yet come out to give an account of that. I said that was not enough. We know that under this same APC government, that was when they brought about FRSC and they changed FRSC to that one was called Federal Road Safety Corps Commission. No, Federal Road Safety Commission. They changed it to FRSC, Federal Road Safety Corps. What has actually changed ever since they made all of these changes? We know that it is during this APC government that they made some changes. Before then, anyway, they have changed their part to PHCN. When they changed their part to PHCN, we said nothing is going to come out of it. They went on hybrid mode or they have privatization mode where they introduced the likes of the Tisco and Tesco. I could go on and on. My position here, people of Nigeria, is that APC reformist approach has not written anything for the people of Nigeria. Nothing tangible can we point to APC's approach since time immemorial. Now they are coming again with the tax, whatever something was gazetted or elephant, or voted or whatever past law. Then we are talking about gazetted. And I like, at least, I don't know what somebody in the space said, okay, at least, even though he's in line with this whole, can we suspend this for now and investigate? I think that's quite a very logical thing, like from everything we have been talking about. This is just me, my own opinion. But my own concern as the people of Nigeria is for anyone that is in the APC to understand that people don't trust what you do. That's why I have to go back and back and back and back and back again.
Can I ask you a
many
question?
things.
Why is your presidential candidate the national chairman, the national treasurer, the national finance secretary of the political party?
Hold on, let me just finish.
Are you going to answer the question when you are done, or you gloss over it? It's too difficult. Are you stammering? Are you stuttering? Are you stammering? Are you stuttering?
I never interjected.
That shouldn't be the question. The question should be that we need for everything that you have said, PAC,
no, it's not now. Don't discuss. Let's discuss the one he knows.
Snake swallow money.
Don't worry. He's a member of the AAC. Why is your presidential candidate?
No, he shouldn't be speaking.
No, let him speak. No.
They shouldn't.
So
Ah,
why
no,
is
all
your
these
why
guys
is your presidential candidate, national chairman, the financial secretary, and the sole signatory to your accounts? But you can choose not to
It
answer.
shows, no. It's okay, my brother. It just shows your lack of understanding, actually. So,
I really want to understand why there's no separation of powers within your own political party.
no, because interesting.
But Macron, this is deflection. Why not focus
No,
on
we
the
make it
point?
political. I told you that say when we make it political, we'll go hard. Don't run away from politics. You were shouting APC. I'm shouting AAC now. You are running away. Michael, you want to say
I'm not running away. What's your name again? Who is talking?
Macron is talking. You can't carry member of the APC.
Macron. You know,
Energy. Fualeo, he made it political.
hold on, I'm not interested in APC, AAC discussion. And if you actually do your research, you will know that AAC has financial secretary, treasurer, auditor, you have for each regions, deputy chairman, in terms of national deputy chairman. They just finished a whole conference just now, just like 2 weeks ago, where officers were elected. For agenda no get get parents. Agenda now often, so push agenda. We are all here for it. Who is next? Who is speaking next?
I'm not done.
You are done, no worries.
Even though,
Now,
yeah, let me round up.
Please don't gag an AAC member energy, please. Don't do that.
I want this place for me. I need to allow you.
No.
He made it political. Just go down.
Energy is disappointed that nobody who is of this party is coming here to disgrace
Mr. Biogo, so we can move on. Just round up in 1 minute so that we can move the mic and go back to what we're hammering now.
Yeah, okay.
I don't get these APC boys for the corner where I want them. You want me to escape? Oh, I finish in 30 seconds so I can keep hammering this their neck.
Yeah, okay. If you all could notice that it wasn't as if Mr. Macron, I think, it wasn't as if he was interested in interjecting or going against all that I said that APC had done time after would not make ordinary Nigerians to trust in the APC. What did he do? He gaslighted all of that conversation.
You gaslighted us by saying that APC changed NEPA to PXN. That's the highest form of gaslighting. And it's wickedness. Energy. Your network was good when he said that.
He has about 30 seconds to run. Except we want to keep on
I said NEPA was changed to PXN. Under the APC government, we can see
that's a lie. That's a lie.
No, listen to the English, man. I didn't say APC changed NEPA to PXN. I said when NEPA was changed to PXN, it's not a recorded speech. I'm not going to go back and pretend, not this way, but I think that I'm rounded up my. I just wanted the people of Nigeria to see what APC has done in time.
Can we talk about dogs? Do you like dogs? I like German Shepherd dogs. Do you like dogs?
Okay, so we're going to move on.
I don't think it's what
Macron is all right. So we can move on. Yes, we can. I think we'll allow speakers who haven't spoken. I think Bright is here. After Bright, Atulu can go. Yeah, then we'll now circle back to so we can have other speakers speak as well. Bright, go ahead. Atulu will go after you. Yeah. In the absence of Bright, I think Atulu you can have the mic. Then I think you will set the conversation back and where.
Yes, I don't know if I'm the right guy to say because I was listening in the anonymous when I heard Macron threatening people with let's turn it political. What do you mean? Why is he threatening people? It's a political conversation. So why are you threatening us with let's make as if you have the monopoly of political something?
14,000 votes to 8.7 million. Stop this.
My candidate has 6.something million. Okay, they talk now.
40,000. You know the number of polling units for Lagos State.
My candidate is is not a unit candidate, okay? You have this over vote, okay?
Obi, yeah. If you are Obi, I'm with you. Obi or nothing.
So
Obi or nothing. We are not doing any activity.
yes,
Obi or
we
nothing.
know your
I'm with you on that, my friend.
plan, okay? And your plan. Just go.
You are confused. You are
Just go
confused.
and tackle this fraud that you people have committed. Your president and the clerk, the fraud that they both colluded. You know, that man said they collude. You don't see him. That collusion will not do. Your yansh don't call for fraud. You don't see him. And we go drag you now. We go drag you people.
Let's emphasize on the areas that we agree on, Obi or nothing, and leave the ones that we disagree on. So it is Obi or nothing for us.
You can't drag people.
Are you against Obi? Have you collected? Have you been articulated?
That's not your business. Eh?
We're not going to go into any
business
ADC primary. I will not give us the tickets.
Our business right now is alteration in the tax law. All these,
That's why I'm saying that. You are not our
all
friends.
this dribbling that you are doing.
We will not hammer on our disagreements.
See, I'm just here to tell you one thing. Okay?
Let's suspend the tax law, and I'm with you on that. You see, two things. Obi, what of Obi or nothing? Are you with me?
No. How can you say Obi or nothing? We know APC strategy.
So you are followed articulated. This is what I'm Obi.
Don't worry, go to bed. Martin, don't worry. All I want to remind you guys is that tax is a very sensitive matter, and I think the government should take it as seriously as they can. Okay? See, all these defense and no defense, all these, go and bring a copy. No, it was not a random guy that said it. Okay? A member of the National Assembly stood up, okay, to say it. See, you guys are not seeing the import of that. You just think it's just a beer parlor discussion that we're having when we say, no. See, if they investigate it and that proves, and they find out that maybe it was just a side gist that guy was doing, or that guy has maybe ulterior motive, he can even be jailed for that. Because it doesn't make any sense. You can't, because
it can't be jailed for statements he
I
makes on
know
the floor
that
of
we
the
have
house.
rules that can't be prosecuted for whatever.
That's why you people should join the
I'm
progressive.
saying,
It
hold
can't
on.
be jailed for
I'm not saying that you carry that kind of weight, because see, this was the same tax matter that when you go to Kenya, our neighbors, they almost burned out their country. So you guys just want to play with fire and think that maybe it's political or it's no. I the weight attached to this far more than that. Okay, so I really do think they should suspend it.
But you are making it. You also are making it political. If you cannot wait for.
What are you guys saying? Who are you to be? A
National
Assembly member said something, and you to be on Twitter space, you are telling me to wait. When a National Assembly member says, what are you? Did you do something? What are you talking about?
You're the one
don't go that route. Don't go there.
No.
Let's not delay the conversation.
To think that way.
No, you're the one
Let me tell you.
No, don't do that. Absolutely, don't do that. You've been speaking well. Don't speak like OIA. OIA, Jeffrey called him an outlier, and I felt that was very disrespectful of him.
I can chase anything I see right now, okay? Because if you are saying that I wait, what am I waiting for? Okay? A National Assembly member. We are not saying it's not a
National Assembly member says shit all the time. So you believe anything that comes out of their mouth? What are you saying? You're not talking like someone that use their brain to think.
Did you believe Oshomole when he said that four people were in a room for obedience? Did you believe him?
I like you guys when you realize conversations.
Let's not apply this logic that is not universal.
Hold on, okay? But I'm very certain that when the consequences of it come, okay, maybe the people decide to vote based on whether the information is true or not. But because they know that a National Assembly member made such kind of statement in our hollow chamber, then you guys will understand.
No, nobody would vote. Don't worry.
See, let me tell you.
Wait.
Don't be a fearmonger.
Don't be a fearmonger. Nobody
Assembly
member, right?
I like you
so
guys.
You support the PDP.
I like it.
So you
like
support
how
the
you think
PDP.
I'm fearmongering right now. I like how
you support the PDP.
I like how you think.
You always
answer the question.
You're always on Harry
support the PDP.
That's your normal.
Do you support the PDP? Absolutely. Do you support the PDP?
It's the time.
What kind of question
What,
is that?
what
You
has
keep,
that got
Is
to
that
you
do
keep
with
saying the
is that my
National
ticket
Assembly
to speak
member.
on this place?
You don't know the National
Is
Assembly member
that
is a PDP
my
member.
so is it when you stand up?
So
Is
do
it
you
something
support the
as a PDP
PDP?
member? What are you guys
Do you support the
smoking?
PDP?
I'm saying it again. You are smoking.
That's what I'm
You are
saying now.
smoking
You
something.
talking like
You things you say. You things you say.
no.
So
You talking like
hold
you're
on,
not
hold
using
on.
your
So
brain. You talking like you're not using your
hold
brain
on,
because how
hold
can
on,
you say
Toby.
you
Hold
don't
on,
support
Toby.
the
Jeffy,
PDP
Jeffy,
member,
control your
but you
space.
Okay,
support
Let's not
I
insult.
wanted them to,
I am
Let's
saying
not
it again
insult.
that you
Let's
are
not
smoking
insult.
something.
So, Toby,
no,
so
like you're not using your brain. Use your
Absolutely.
brain. You
normally I wouldn't want to do this, so I expected Toby to at some point to allow Akon to make his submission. You've been speaking here now. Nobody interjected you. So let's not do that. Let him make his submission, and you can butt in once in a while. Go
I mean, I
ahead.
waited for him. I heard what he was saying.
It's Atuluto. It's not.
I heard all he was saying. Okay. All I'm saying is this: if somebody, okay, this is not a journalist. This is not like maybe a side commentator, a member of the National Assembly, okay, made a statement.
You Atuluto, you look
Okay.
very nice. I love
Thank
your
you.
suit. I love you. Let's talk about your
Hold
suit.
on,
Leave
hold
I
on,
Jeffy
mean,
to this
Macron.
one.
That's not my interest.
did you make this emphasis on National Assembly when
That's
Natasha
not
was
my
crying
interest.
out?
I
Hold
told
on,
you,
Did you
you
make
you
this
went to
emphasis
your
on National Assembly?
Toby, this is the second time I'm here. Please, I don't want to do it the first time.
I told you, please, I don't want to I didn't
Yeah.
come here to converse with you. Okay? Yeah.
It's a must. You be allowed.
Yeah, my ticket to speak on this platform is not because I belong to any political party. Okay? I'm a Nigerian and I have a right to speak on national matters. Okay? So if maybe you think all of us are just more about whatever party we belong to or something, no. But I'm telling you that I know, okay? I know for a fact, okay? And if anyone is here that knows when I was predicting headback governance protest, I predicted it. When APC was doing all this fighting,
Yeah, I was on that
predicted
space.
it. I
Yes.
said it's
Yes.
gonna happen, and that
You used to be a member of the
and
APC
if
until
the
you lost
government
out
is
now.
not careful because they are making okay. See, I'm telling you that people already do not tax. You know the kind of criticism that has already made the tax reform. Now you are bringing. Okay, what I expect the government to do is to have shut down this thing. If they know that okay, there were no alterations. I'm very sure that if you want to do that investigation today, they have copies of this document we're talking about, the gazetted one and the one in question. We have both. So that nobody, no government agency, no people that are directly involved that could have made clarifications, that could have helped the populace to know that okay, this didn't happen, or it happened is not up to the level that they were talking about it. Nobody's talking about that. And you think that is kind enough? I'm waiting for them to start their implementation and wait for people, okay? People who have ulterior motives to use that to destabilize the country. That's why you guys will come back on this place and then you guys will still be doing this same thing that you're talking about. Because that's
Atuluto,
what
I think that
I
argument
expect
is
to do
weak.
is going to happen.
No,
Yes.
Shagun, that argument is weak. Let me tell you why that argument is very weak. So people are only going to revolt if they get to pay those taxes. They're not taxable already. 97% is not taxable. So on what basis are you revolting? Do you want to sponsor the revolt?
Okay. So, Macron, you know that when you speak in certain ways, I know when not to talk when you talk, and I know when to also converse with you. I know those two times. Okay, I've listened to you well enough. Okay, me, I'm talking now as a Nigerian, and I'm talking to you based on the fact that see, there is this belief that the APC has that things are going to blow over. I know you may deny it, but I think this is the standard policy. You saw when we're talking about Christian genocide, they felt it's going to blow over. Okay, they handle it that way. Now this tax matter, they think it's going to blow over. Okay, we're going to see. Okay, government.
So when you say blow over, what do you mean? Like it's going to escalate into
Okay,
violence
so
or what?
they're just waiting. They're just waiting. They're just waiting for it to maybe go away. People suddenly just don't talk about it, or it won't just matter again or something. See, I tell you that this tax matter, okay, this tax issue, in 2026, in a political year, okay, in a year already where Nigerians are already waiting, they are looking for every excuse to revolt. Okay, I bet it with you, if they did not handle this matter well by doing very clear communication, either they come out to say, "Oh, this error happened," or that alteration never happened.
Go hold on,
Okay,
but
I
hold
agree
on,
with
if
you.
they
hold on.
don't do
But
that,
there's been
if they don't do,
a
if
communication
they,
that you failed to listen to, right? I came here and I said there was a 7-man committee set up. Why don't you wait for their investigation? But you came here and said, "Oh, 7-man committee." You're shouting. You said me I smoke. How does that? Are you not the one talking like somebody that smoke now?
But Toby, the
But Toby,
7-man committee has gone on
mm,
recess. The 7-man committee has also gone on recess.
so that's where I have a problem with
you
Toby.
see,
And Toby does not.
Toby,
He doesn't also agree that
I've listened to
it
7-man
you.
should be
committee has
I've
gone on
suspended.
listened to
recess.
you.
They're not
Okay,
working.
I'm listening to you.
They could not make it personal.
I'm
Come and fire a
not.
ballot. You call yourself a two to two. You become a Dangoru.
McLean. I'm not really taking it personal. Okay, it's just because I understand. You see, well, let me not be more Catholic than the Pope. Okay, so I'll leave it. It's your government, because many of you, that's the posture you people take when we talk on national matters. You think everything is just about the party in government, but it's our country. Okay, and you guys need to know that.
What if I say that you also take a
It is our
position
country. Hold on.
because you are in opposition every time you want to oppose everything? So for me, let's not be applying this kind of things. Let's keep it to the issues.
And some of us are going to be here. We'll tell you, we'll predict well for you, we'll show you where things are going. If you guys like, listen. If you do not listen, the sad reality is just that all of us will still bear the brunt, whether we agree with you or we don't agree with you. That's just the truth. Because it's our country and they won't separate it. They won't say, "Oh, you didn't support it or you supported it." No. It's all going to come on all of
So
us.
we cannot just move on. We cannot just move
Yeah.
on and
No,
just allow
because that's what they want us to do, but we'll be here.
We can't do that. We can't. It's not fair. We cannot
Nobody
just
said move
This
on.
is your
Nobody said move
you are
on.
40,000
just
people.
said,
You
I'm
people
saying
make mouth.
question it reasonably. Don't just be
Exactly.
in opposition.
Exactly.
Doing nonsense.
There's not
Question
Yes.
it reasonably.
It's not a matter of that.
Yes. I think you take that feedback. You know, don't do
Hold on. So I think there's also a problem from the other side. You say question reasonably, but don't defend stupidly as well. You know, and that's what
is that not laughable?
Jeffrey, I'm PDP. Saraki is my guy. Saraki has not left PDP. So that I don't support APC. I do not support Tinubu's government. But at the end of the day, you should not be in opposition for every little thing. Look at the facts. Okay.
Sure, no. Maybe you think all of us back all up. Which PDP are you in?
Even now, PDP, as if it's
I mean, you know, we are all not stupid now. Abi. This is why I always say about us respecting each other. When you just treat us as say we no get brain, it doesn't look like mutual respect to me. You support APC only by your full chest. Nobody's going to kill you. You know, we are on APC space defending our APC policies and everything. Hey, you're not going to tell opposition how they do opposition. Nobody control you did your opposition when you're in the opposition, right? So this country is a madness where people are telling other people that this is what you must do, this is how you must act, this is how you must complain about the government, this is the sad place you must use. Like I've not seen this thing before in my life. Because I know how much of opposition you were when you were there. So because of that, you don't want any other person to criticize the government to support. You don't even want us to show light onto it. Welcome back, Gary.
I've been listening to it while I was. This thing is clear, right? Your guy came out to Taiwo. He could not deny the fact that there were changes to the whatever. This is something that affects Nigeria. This is not politics. This is not. You're passing a law. It's a law, right? You need to be clear to install confidence in the people that are going to, abide by this law. If you know there's nothing wrong, you come out straight. There is nothing. It is the same thing that we did that is in the law, and you prove your case. But all these gymnastics that is going on, bruh, you guys you're legends.
It's not gymnastics. It's just the thing is
Exactly.
that so
It's not.
somebody can't wait. You guys don't want people to ask questions anymore.
The problem we have is we live in a country, a good country, by myself. As for the life of me, this thing that they said they just want to go and investigate is something that easily within 2 minutes you're able to find out. How we are passing bills and you can go on National Assembly website, you're not even seeing the harmonized bill there. You can't find the bill there. Beats me. So that shows you the kind of country we live in. Because easily we should able to like just download this tool from our website. And we have a stupid version there that is doing AI, AI, AI. That's the kind of things they should have looked into, right? Easily, people will have known right now. It's just people that downloaded both of them now. People like Toby will have gone back into their hiding now because they wouldn't have you know defending this. Anyways, don't worry. We're going to get the gazetted copy. We're going to get the harmonized copy. We're not going to rest on this. This is how you know defend NSC. Say no, they give gun to Fulani. Now we know it's true. You
You
guys
people's love for
defended it.
Nigeria is on your person being the president. That's not my own love for Nigeria. My love for Nigeria is my love for Nigeria. I don't care who the president is. If he's doing the right thing.
So Toby, one second. Let me understand. Where do you really stand? Because you've been all over the
That's
place.
Toby now.
McLeod
That's
said that in his opinion, that he want the bill to be withdrawn, at least for 6 months or so.
No, I just suspended for like 1 month.
Suspend, sorry, yeah, suspend
Yes.
for things to be, for things to be,
Toby,
organized.
Where
do you stand?
I
You've been
stand,
saying all over the thing. What are you
hold
talking
on,
about?
Michael. Where I stand is that we need to question what is coming out of the House of Rep members' mouth. Because
Question who are we
the House of
questioning?
Rep
Who?
member Dasuki.
Because that's what we're doing here. We're
Hold on,
questioning the
wait.
government. So who are we
Because you say
questioning?
something does not necessarily make it true. We need to be factual in whatever we're speaking out. So they said there's been a 7-man committee. Until that report is out, that gives us, because in the 7-man committee there would be PDP members, APC members.
So Toby, hang on. Why did they set the 7-man committee? Why did they set it up? What happened?
Because there's an allegation now. That's why it's set up.
These guys know the truth. They know
If
that
there's
thing
no,
was-
if there,
they know
if
it's
there's
not
no
true.
allegation,
Toby,
it won't be set up.
Yeah,
But
this is
Michael,
just.
the point is that this bill has been signed.
You're all over the place. That's my
Michael,
problem. You need to speak
this
at the
bill has
place.
been signed
Okay?
since June
Just be at the
26,
place.
2025.
But Michael, I also don't know where you stand.
June 25th, June 25th, 2025. June 26th, sorry, 2025. So you're not
So
going to
Michael,
tell
are
me
you
that
asking that we
we
throw
make
away the
sense?
entire new tax act or what? Or wait for it to be investigated?
When I spoke, I supported you 100%, and I told you that is where I stand.
Do you
But
also
I wanted
stand
to
with
also
Obi or
understand.
nothing? Because I want us to have more
Well,
common
that is not
grounds.
the conversation. That is not the conversation
I
here.
want to
What you're doing is
extend
called
it to that.
it's called deflection. It's called deflection. Don't do
No,
that.
No,
Okay?
we can
Don't do that.
deflect
You're too
we
intelligent.
can deflect when we're
You're,
having
you're
Michael,
too
one
intelligent for
one
that.
second, one second.
You're too intelligent for that.
Michael,
All right.
Michael,
Okay.
one second.
Don't do that. It's
Michael,
for kids.
I'm sure you
Okay.
talk,
All right. Go on.
you
Go
live
on.
in the US,
Michael, are you
right?
afraid to say
You live
Obi
in
or
the US,
nothing?
right?
Are you afraid
So
of anybody?
you telling me that if any
It's a side
if
remark.
any
And I think it's
congressman
an
says
announcement.
something, you just believe what they say? Is that what you're telling me? If a congressman says something that Trump killed somebody, you were just gonna believe it without getting the facts
It
of
should
the
be
matter?
open to investigation. Congressman cannot just
Exactly.
come out and
So
say something.
there's
It's
already a
open to
committee.
investigation.
Let's wait for the results. But you people want to be the judge and the
US committee will not go to official and do OBA and come back in January, while a bill that's supposed to take effect from January is being questioned. Okay, you know that, I know that, Toby. People literally stay in the floor of the house even to debate bills. This will never happen in the US. So don't let us do what of you is the US. Thank you. God bless you.
energy. That's a lie because Johnson sent the lawmakers home for like 40 days for no reason during the summer. They were unable to debate bills they were not able to. The
What
government went to a
what
shutdown.
which
Even when the
where
government went to a shutdown, the
where
house
was
were not.
where
The
was
house was on
where
vacation, so
where were the
don't give me that
government
bullshit of it doesn't
where were
happen
the
in the US.
government in
Yes, it does.
shutdown?
It does
When
happen
I
in the
dey go
US.
and
Just want
sleep,
to
when I
ask
The
dey
you,
house
just
is
go and
on.
sleep, when I dey go
The
and
house is
sleep.
on recess. The House of
where,
Assembly is on recess,
where
and that
was
is their constitutional right to be on recess. What are you going to do about it? You have to wait for them to come back on recess.
we don't have anything to do about it. The only thing we can do about it is to talk and call Tinubu and Yedele, each of them foster, forgery,
Don't
forgery.
call my leader first
Oh,
out.
but my
I don't
foster,
want that
yeah,
one.
to work for
But
Energy, don't let
energy.
us go
My
there
yeah,
own
to
now.
point is that Makino too
forgery.
knows.
From what I'm seeing, I think it's the poor people that will suffer this stuff. From the things that I'm seeing that they change. So number one, they change enforcement power. So what was gazetted and changed was tax authorities can arrest via law enforcement. What lawmakers passed was tax authority can investigate. So it's two different things, right? So the lawmaker said you can investigate, but you cannot enforce the law. You need to probably go through the courts to enforce the law. Practical implementation expands coercive power beyond investigation. Yes. Garnishing process to so they wanted funds can be frozen or taken without high court order. So they can just freeze your funds without confirming if they actually investigated properly. So you're literally trying to give them power that is beyond the constitutional power of are you proven guilty? And the lawmaker said court involvement implied. So they wanted it to go through the court before you can actually freeze somebody's account. So if they get it, then they remove the judicial protection for the citizens, right? Also, reporting threshold. So they're saying as individuals, the threshold of reporting is 5 million, and lawmakers are saying 50 million to give more room. For companies, 100 million, lawmakers said 250 million. Tax dispute appeal. So the tax people wanted 20% of your of dispute tax must be deposited before you even appeal or go to court. Lawmakers said appeal without upfront payment. So they want you to go through the process before they can even take anything from you, right? And then legislative oversight is removed. And so they don't want the legislature. These are really deep things. Oh. These are not things because by before
The people that cook this thing, they really know you people very well. They know what to
until you prove this
they
thing
know
wrong,
what to trigger you people to work.
I don't want to do whataboutism. It is tiring. Until they come out and prove it wrong. I am sticking with this. It's simple. I am sticking with this until they come out. The government, the people that want to pass this law, the government of the state also say no, that is not what it is. This is what it is. So in order not to confuse its citizens, right? You come out, you say this is what there are some things that are just should not even be debated, should not be long things, should not they're almost at the end of it already. They're about to start it next year. So Kuku just come out and even educate people and sensitize people and let them know don't be scared. Oh. It's not as if we're coming to you. Know, it's a good thing for you. Encourage people about it. But what I'm hearing here is just you're just being shaky. There's something going on. Like there's something that is not clear that you guys are trying to hide till the end of the show and then maybe next year people will start figuring it out. So bro, cooking or no cooking, I don't care. No, you'll be giving me 100. When you open mic, you say opposite. I'm confused. Oh.
You will be say you be APC.
Can I speak?
APC for
Can I
APC for
speak?
90. Obi or nothing for
Martin Abeg, you just
Obi
let me know.
Ajay.
Why? Why? Let me speak. See, the people that sponsor this propaganda, they know you, they know that this is what you people don't want to hear. And what will make you guys continue to help them to push their narrative. Like every sensible person have said, say, okay, let's even say I buy what you're selling for a second. Let's agree that the person that's the whistleblower actually is genuine. An investigative panel has been set up. A committee has been set up. Let them go and find it out. And if they find out that there is actually an alteration and not a ruse, then the government can decide on what to do. But you know what I love Hubert for? He's a man of conviction. He knows what he wants to do, and he will do just that. And just like many people who don't know how powerful the president of the country is, I'm not talking of people who don't know when snakes swallow money. Oh. I'm not talking of people who don't know when PACN was changed. I'm not talking of people who just started following politics in 2023 or 2015 when government changed hands from PDP to APC. I'm talking of people who are actually intelligent and understand things.
What year did snake swallow money?
Yeah, I think. You see,
What
when
year?
we are
What
having
answer?
conversation, please.
Answer
No,
now.
when we are having conversation,
Answer.
don't be
I'm
talking.
not very intelligent.
Don't be
Answer.
talking when we are having conversation. I have a 10-year-old. I can call her to come.
I think
I can,
Jeffrey
I can,
already settled your matter.
I can
And
call
I
her
think
to
you
come
should
and
bring it
debate
up
with you.
against him.
I have a
He
10-year-old.
called you an outlier.
I can come out to come and debate
I
with you.
call
I
me
don't
any
want to
name. Did I call you any name? That's the difference
I
between both
didn't
of
call
us.
you name. That's what I
It's
said.
Jeffy that called you a name. The cause. Jeffy, he called you an outlier.
And I'm
So
saying,
My
let
God,
the
continue.
committee,
now,
let the
I've just
committee,
been
let the
Continue
I've
committee,
cooking.
just been
Oh, if
said
you like,
here
fall
that
for
people
my
that
taste.
don't know. No, no,
let
wait,
the
I've just
committee go and do
I've
the
just been saying people
investigation.
that don't know when to swallow money. And I'm asking
Exactly,
you
you
that
don't
know.
know. That's why
Can
you
you
preach
tell us when
everything.
to swallow money?
APC did that. You don't even know anything about Nigerian politics. You just come on
No
social
worries,
media
I
and
don't
collect
know. I
mic.
don't know.
When
Tell
you're
us when
collecting
to
mic, don't
swallow money.
collect mic. Don't collect
Tell
mic.
us when to swallow
You just
money.
go and sleep. You don't. You who is your friend? I didn't buy you data. You bought data by yourself. You check by yourself.
You don't let him distract you. I think you are making a very valid point.
What
They
valid
set up a
point?
committee.
Of course, a valid
A
point if you believe
committee that is going to investigate, and you that does not even know how to write a comprehensive passage, what type of comprehension, when they tell you to comprehend, you'll be talking about tax deal. People sat down, debated for, and even make sure that they influence people to harmonize and pass the bill. Will come here and say, oh, they don't know what they are writing is fraudulent. You don't even know. My goodness. The bill has been passed. Implementation starts from January 1st. 6 months, like Toby said, was given. 6 months. So implementation starts January 1st. By April 1st, 2027, you will start filing your tax. They will fund you well. April 1st, 2027. I said
You're not speaking about
April 1st, 2027.
mutilation of that bill or law that was passed.
No, there's nothing to mutilate. That law has passed. The law has been passed
So
and everything is
even though
fine.
it's mutilated and go and went and
No, there's nothing to say.
so
I am sure nothing was wrong with that bill. They just
no,
propaganda
you can't
again.
be that
That
sure.
they,
There's been an
I know.
allegation.
I did sure. You know why I did sure? Because I did sure. Nothing
You
was
can't be
Against
that
you,
mutilated
sure.
can
in
you
that
prove
bill.
to us that
Some people are just here to just spread some
can you
fear
It's
mongering
not a matter of fear
so that they
mongering.
can push,
It's not a fear mongering.
people. It's fear
You know,
you
mongering.
say something
They
no,
like
just
no,
want
no,
to.
no.
propaganda, something that
They
you
just
yourself you
want.
can't call it propaganda.
These are the
Always
issues.
remember that the table would
These are
at
the
a
issues
point.
I built.
People will not be in
And
power
No,
forever.
no,
Just
no.
like
why,
that,
Just tell me
guys.
what
why
issue.
I try to show people
You
what
have
is
a
Propaganda.
country
wrong
where
paper.
anytime
Somebody
a
push a
rumor,
Say
a
propaganda.
rumor is
that
out there, the chances of that rumor being true is about 80-90%. You
Because
know,
of who is pushing it, right?
let us talk about security. When the allegations were made in regards to our security in the country, I think I've engaged you now. in this issue.
And you
No, I'm not
remember,
sure
Uh,
of getting. I was
because
away
so
for
we've
some
seen,
time. Even on this time, all the kidnapping, I was away.
yeah,
I didn't even come
exactly.
on Twitter.
So with that
Yes.
antecedent,
But the government did not deny that people were kidnapped. Did they deny?
so let us look at it. So why has a 7-man committee been set up for this
No,
particular
it's the house that was that set up the settlement committee because they need to find out. They need to
because the
go
allegations.
through. No. Not only because the allegation, because they passed a law in conjunction with the upper, house of the National Assembly. They harmonized the bill. They set it up. They
And now
agreed that
the two channels have harmonized that now. So
yes,
yes,
that's what
so
I'm saying. Because they've done that, because one person stood up on the house and said this, does not mean the speaker just come
these
and
are grave
Hmm.
allegations from a member.
Oh
in
my
the
God.
house.
That's what
These
I'm
are not just
saying.
allegations that you
No,
just
no, no,
put
no, no,
aside.
no.
I think that's where
No.
we're having
The
a
thing
What
is,
did
discussion.
why I
Natasha,
was saying that
what did
this
Natasha tell
information,
you?
a member of
What did Natasha tell you?
want me to take
Well,
the
before
word.
saying to somebody that helped them to choose the agenda on the media, you don't get it. Are you new to Fox News and CNN?
So
Are you
Wait,
new?
wait. So, Jeffy, because it's a grave allegation, so the law should just be suspended.
it
You
has
guys are
to do
fine.
with something that is very sensitive that affects the lives of
No,
an
no,
everyday
Jeffrey,
Nigerian.
after what
So
Toby
Toby,
has
So
let
said
that
me
is
ask
now,
you
why
That's
this.
what
we
I'm
have
saying.
to
Do
do
you,
I
this.
like
are you
this
saying the law
already.
should be
So,
suspended
will you like
because
it
there
What
was
is
to?
one allegation?
exactly?
Right.
Yes,
Will
pending
you
when
like
it is
them to?
addressed. That's the
Will
right
you
thing to do.
like them to enforce the law and then they discover that it was actually altered? What would now? What would be the because? And
As Pluto, that's what I'm saying. They are
do
doing
you know
what they're
what they
supposed to
call?
do.
Do you know what they call amendments? If it's not true, you know
Okay,
no.
they
so
can.
why did that
Why would you
legislation
amend
come
what
What do
is
you
in?
mean
not true?
amendment?
Oh my
Why would you
god!
amend
No,
what was
no,
not
do you
Oh
know
my
altered?
what
god!
they call
That's a
amendment?
fraud.
If
That's
no,
we're talking about
see,
saying amendment.
um, actually, I don't know who is speaking because I can't see the person actually. Apology, not because it's this network thing. So I wanted to address the person by the name. That's why I'm saying I don't know the person who is speaking. But this is it. See, when you don't know the process of making this law, if you, I need anybody to go and listen. If I know many of us have not been to the house before, the worst have been, the best have been, it says house, Student Representative Council. So I don't know their own process how they write their views after okay we amended this is what you should take out this is what you should add how do you type it who is